Hi guys, this is Mohammed Shafi once again with you. I have given my introduction in my previous videos also. For my new brothers and sisters on YouTube, I just want to remind them that I am a computer science graduate with the following certifications in Microsoft and Cisco, and I am just trying to prepare a series for networking students. Either they are on the track of Microsoft or on the track of Cisco. Both of them will benefit, inshallah, and God willing. Today, one of my favorite topics that I usually teach to my students is understanding the numbering system, because numbering has to do a lot with networking. You might be wondering that why I am trying to talk about numbers, even though this course is for networking. So you'll realize why those numbers are needed, especially when you go for understanding the IP addressing and the subnetting part. Okay, and also because the new version of IP address is 128 bit address, which is in hexadecimal. So we need to have a very clear concept of at least three numbering systems: binary, decimal, and hexadecimal. Octal is rarely in use these days, but it's always good to have an idea in handling that also. Okay, so basically when you see the types of number systems, you'll come across binary number system, octal, decimal, and hexadecimal. Okay, four of them, very popular one. We say that binary has base 2 for just one reason, and the reason is that binary can be either 0 or 1. Only two faces of binary, there is no other face for binary. That's why it has a base of 2, yani it is based on two numbers. Octal number systems on the other hand has 8 numbers starting from 0 to 7. Okay, including 0 to 7, we have 8 numbers for octal. Whereas in decimal, the most common in use, we talk about currencies, everything in decimal only. You can go into infinite numbers. Okay, 0 to 9 are the digits that are used to represent that one, decimal. Using the combination of 0 to 9, you can create millions, trillions of numbers. Hexadecimal, on the other hand, it uses a peculiar or a strange representation of numbers after 9 that you have to remember. It is always represented from 0 to 9 in normal digits, but when it comes to 10, 11, 12 and so on, it is going to replace them with A, B, C, D, E and F, where A being 10, B equal to 11, C equal to 12 and so on. Okay, so let's try to see how easily I'm trying to show you the shortcut method of convergence. Okay, we'll try to avoid the old school methods here, because we want to follow some tricks to work out our solution as quickly as possible, and this will save our time also. If possible, I'll try to show you how to use calculators also if the numbers are going too large, but most of the time, using these methods that I'm going to demonstrate in front of you, you are going to easily convert them on the sheet of paper or wherever you want. Okay, so let's get to understanding the conversion process. Here I mentioned if you want to convert from octal to binary, you can follow this path: convert the octal number into decimal, then to binary, and likewise you have other conversions. And you can see the tables here. Octal is using 3 bits to represent, because why I'm using 3 here for octal, why I'm using 4 here. So if you look at the numbering system here, the total number of digits for octal we have 8, and if I want to convert 8 into binary, I require at least 3 bits to represent 8. I will show you inshallah when it comes to conversion. Whereas hexadecimal we have 0 to 15, right? Total is 16, For me to represent 16 in binary, maximum I will require only 4 digits. Okay, 4 binary digits will be sufficient for me. That's the reason why we express them for octal, because it has, you have to look for the maximum number. The maximum number 7 is being represented with 3 bits. So the least numbers or the numbers below 7 will also follow the same. They will take into consideration each and every bit. Okay, they will not spare those bits. There are some exceptions to this. When we try to convert that one, we'll show you. I'll show you how we can ignore the bits on the left side of the numbers. But in order to represent any octal number, you have to use at least 3 bits. Likewise, in order to express any hexadecimal number, you will use 4 bits. Okay, 4 digits to express it in binary. Coming to the practice for conversion, supposing you have say 224. Okay, now one more thing, sometimes the numbers are common, as you know, this one binary has 0 1 and octal has 0 to 7, and you have decimal 0 to 9. Hexadecimal also has 0s to 9, and then it goes beyond this by A to F, right? But these numbers are common among all the 4 numbering system. So how will I know if I write down any number? For example, if I write down 100, okay, this could be 100 in binary, I do not know, or it's a decimal number, then it will be read as 100. And in binary, if you look at this one, the value will not be more than 4. This is just 4. This is just 4. In decimal it is 100. In octal and hexadecimal the value will change. This is what today we'll see how we can convert and see. So in order for me to distinguish between the numbers, if they are common and we are talking about the numbers, we try to express them like this, giving the base, so that the reader understands this number is actually belonging to numbering system, binary numbering system. Okay, and it is not decimal. If I want to express this to be a decimal, I say it has a base 10, please read it as, take it as decimal. If I were to express this one in octal, I'll say base 8. I'm sorry, it should go down. And if I were to express in hexadecimal, then I'll say this has a base 16. Some people write down all like this also, which is also correct, no problem. Okay, within parenthesis you'll include the number and outside you write down. Both of them are correct, no problem. It's a matter of your own understanding. Whichever method is easy for you to understand, adopt it. Okay, like this. Okay, let's try to see how we can convert a 224. First I will show you the most common one in use, binary to decimal, decimal to binary, and all those things. Okay, starting from decimal to binary. Okay, this is the decimal number. Let me write down that it is decimal, and I'll express the base 10 here. Okay, if I were to convert, the fastest method, the old school method says you start dividing by 2. It's a long method. Okay, remember one thing, for numbers from 0 to 255, numbers between this range, you can use 8 ones, 8 bits to represent them in binary. Anything beyond this one, you can add more ones. But if you see a number which is ranging this one, maximum you can use 8 bits, maximum. You need not require. Based on the size of the number, you may require less number of ones or more. So first thing I will do, I'll write down 8 ones. Then I'll write down the powers of 2 here. Because binary, we are dealing with binary. You have to understand, we will start from 2 to the power of 0. Mathematics says anything to the power of 0 is always 1. 2 to the power of 1 will become 2. 2 square will be 4. 2 cube equals, some students I have noticed they say 6, which is wrong. Actually this is equal to 2 into 2 into 2, and 2 multiplied 3 times, this will become 8. So if you notice closely, the values are getting doubled of each number. 32, 6, 2 to the power of 6 will be 64, and 2 to the power of 7 will be 128. Okay, so what I am writing here, I am writing the value of power of 2 because we are dealing with binary. So I'll say 1 to represent 2 to the power of 0 here. I'll start from the right side and keep increasing this number: 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. I am looking for 224. So I'll see whichever number is meeting my requirement, I will take it as 1. Whichever is exceeding my requirement, it will be 0. 128 is needed in order to make 224. Okay, and we are trying to convert this decimal 224 into binary. So 128 I have taken. If I say 128 plus 64, I can use a calculator, or if my mind is sharp enough because of experience, you can just simply do it mathematically. Okay, in your mind, that is called as the mental maths. 128 plus 64 will be 192. I must take it because 192 is still less than 224, and 192 plus 32 will give me 224. Here my requirement is over. Now the question is, should I write down the remaining zeros here, or should I skip them? You have to tell me this answer. Pause this screen and just try to guess this one. Should I write down or should I skip? Okay, I hope you try to guess it correctly. They cannot be skipped. You have to write down because they are to the right of this one. Any zeros on the right side cannot be ignored, because if you ignore them, these 3 ones, when it converted to decimal again, will fetch you only 7. Instead of 224, you will get the value 7. If those zeros are before 1, it's okay, no problem, you may ignore them, but here you have to write down. So now you got 111 followed by 5 zeros as a binary equivalent of 224. This is the binary number for 224. From this I can go to octal, I can go to hexadecimal very easily, because converting from binary to octal or hexadecimal is very easy and very interesting. I'll show you. Let's go on the next page so that this is there with us, whatever we did. Okay, and look here, I got 3 ones and 5 zeros, right? This is the binary equivalent of 224 in decimal. Now if I were to convert this to octal, octal dictates that it has maximum how many bits? 8 bits, starting from 0 to 7, where 7 being the highest number. And if I were to write down 7 in binary, I'll say 1 1 1. Even if I write 10s or 15 ones here, I will be only requiring 3 ones to represent this 7. 1 to 4 will become 7. 4 plus 2, 6, plus 1, 7. So since only 3 digits are needed to express 7, I will divide the given binary digits starting from right side into 3 digits like this. 100 here it is 0, just 1 1. Okay, it is my choice now. I can leave it as it is, or I'll write down this one here so that it got otherwise confusion. Okay, so we have 000 on one side, 100 on another side, and 11 is left over. If I want, I can add another 0 here. It will not make any difference. Now in order for me to convert this to octal, I'll use the same binary, the powers of 2, starting from 1 to 4. Again here 1 to 4, 1 to 4. Now any number which is above 0 should be skipped because we are multiplying that number. So this will become 3. I'll write down here 3. This should be 4 because we don't want to take 2 and 1 because they are above 0. And here all of them are 0. This is the octal equivalent of the same decimal number 224. You see this? In decimal you're saying 224. In octal, this is like using different languages. Okay, something pronouncing in a, in Hindi or any other language, you're referring to the same thing but in different. So in the language of octal this is 340. In the language of decimal it is 224. So if you want to convert from here the same number to hexadecimal, it's very easy. You just try to delete this one, and now we'll go for hexadecimal and see what we'll get there. Okay, the digits that we had for 224 was 111 and 5 zeros. Because I am converting now to hexadecimal and I know hexadecimal's highest digit is 15, and 15 can be represented using maximum of 4 bits. Even if I take more than 4 bits, they are of no use, they will be all turned 0. So this is how it is represented. All 4 ones will become 15. 1 2 4 8. 8 plus 4 12, plus 2 14, plus 1 15. So I have to divide the given binary number or existing one into sections of 4 bits. This 4, khalas, 2 sections are over now, both of them. So what is the value here? I have to write down again 1 2 4 8. You have to remember the powers of 2, they are very, very important. 1 2 4 8. Okay, see in how they are helping us in converting here. Now this one is 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 2 14, and this one is all zeros. So what should be the answer? Is it 140? No, because we are converting to hexadecimal, we have to make sure what is the equivalent letter for 14, because above 9 you are representing them in the form of letters. So you will take 14 to be as E, and 0 will be 0. So E0 is the equivalent of 224. See, 224 in decimal was represented in octal as this. This is octal, sorry. Did I close it? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, sorry. So here you have 14 as E, and we got this number. Something went wrong with this page, forget it now. So that's how we converted from 224 in decimal to octal number and to the hexadecimal number. This is how you try to convert numbers. Okay, if you are given any binary number, converting from binary to decimal is very easy. Just know yourself from binary to octal and hexadecimal how they can be achieved. If you were given any binary number, supposing you got the binary number 110111, say again 0. So this binary number, if I were to see what is the decimal equivalent of this, what will I do? I'll do the same thing. I am trying to use the powers of 2 starting from 1, okay, and keep adding that 1. This is the power of 2 to the power of 0, which will be equal to actually 1. This is 2 to the power of 1, which is equal to 2, and so on. So let me delete this one so that we can just write down the actual numbers. Okay, so you write down 1 2 4 8 16 32 64 and 128. Ignore any number which is above 0 and add the remaining ones. So 128 plus 64 will become 192. 192 plus 32 is 224. 224 plus you have 12 here, right? 14 here. So 224 for 224 plus 8 will be 232. 232 plus 4 will become 236, plus 2 238. This will be right. So this is equal to 238 in decimal. Simply. Okay. If you were to convert this binary to hexadecimal, in that case you will do the division of 4. You will separate them, each one of them, like this. Now you are trying to convert it to the same number. You convert it to decimal. Now you are converting it to hexadecimal. Okay. So you are dividing in 4. So what will happen now? This will become as 8 plus 4, 12. 12 plus 14. This is 14. This is 14, which is equal to EE in hexadecimal. So converting numbers is so easy, my brothers. You can practice a lot. These were the shortcut methods I showed you to convert this to from binary to decimal, decimal to binary, and hexadecimal, and all those things. Okay, we have also seen how they can be converted, any given number from binary to octal. Converting from binary to octal or hexadecimal, all of them are easy. Decimal, you may face trouble when you try to convert any number from octal to decimal. See, this little strange. Now we will not use the power of 2. If you were to convert any number, for example, you are trying to convert, say, what number should I take? Let's take 179. Okay, 179, this one is octal. So what are we supposed to do? We have to write down the powers of 8 over them. 8 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 1, 8 is square, to convert it to decimal. Okay, so this will be 64. 8 into 8 will become 64. 64 into 1 plus 8 into 7 plus 1 into 9. 64 plus 56 plus 9 will give me 64 plus 65 will be 129. So 129 is the equivalent of 179 in this one. See how you want from octal to decimal. This is how you go. Okay, and from here, if you want to convert to binary, this is the path you have to take. If you want to convert octal to binary, you cannot directly write down the value of 179 as we did in decimal, 1 1 1 and so on, calculating. You have to take this path. Okay, but don't worry about the octal numbers, they are not much used in networking. Okay, but remember how to convert the numbers from binary to decimal, decimal to binary, binary to hexadecimal, hexadecimal to binary. Now coming to hexadecimal to binary, I would like to show you. If you are given any hexadecimal number, okay, how you can convert this to binary. Supposing you have a number that was given to you, say E7. Let's take 2 digits, okay, because I don't want you to get confused. Okay, E7 is the hexadecimal number that we are planning to convert to binary. So simply we will follow the rule. If we know, okay, what is 7 in binary, because we are dealing with hexadecimal, I am supposed to take 4 digit at least. So 7 will be 0111. Okay, and what is E? E is equal to 14, and 14 can be represented like this: 8 plus 4 plus 2, this is 0. So 1110, 0111, that's the answer. Simple. You got it from this to this easily. From here you can work out in octal number also by dividing them into 3 digits and writing down the number of that one. Anyway, it's so easy for for us to convert these numbers between different numbering systems. Just try to practice this. I just don't want to make it too long. Now it's already 24 minutes, more than 24 minutes now. I hope this was informative for you, inshallah, and I would like to thank you for sparing your precious time to watch this. See you in the next video, God willing. Take care.